Guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you why the Bitcoin price is rigged, but not before I made a quick announcement. You might have seen on your phone yesterday that I was live, but once I went live everything just was stuttering and going slowly. Not all the data came through. I checked it on my phone. For whatever reason it was just lagging on so many different sites. No idea what was going on. I tested everything in a private mode. Everything went well. I went publicly live and everything went wrong. So I will keep adjusting the settings. Might go live again today, this weekend, or after next week. I really want to pick up live trading sessions. So if you've seen something in your phone and later on the video was gone, that was then me deleting the live stream, because there was just nothing to see and everything was lagging, nothing was going on. I will try it again soon. Alright, cool. Then of course the video for today, why is the Bitcoin price rigged? Well, that is that this month the trading action or the price action has been absolutely terrible. If we look at historical data, then we see that the month of August usually is a very bad month for traders, and that most traders lose money. And I'm going to show you on live examples. We are going to use the replay tool to show you that we have unusual price action. So if you are not profitable for this month, do not beat yourself up. Like I said, historically this is a relatively bad month for traders, and stuff that should work out, or something that should give a bounce, a certain reaction, something that should make sense if you just look at thousands of trades before, that reaction, that bounce, that backtest is just not happening. And I'm going to show you that today while we're walking live through the price action. Now I know that there will always be people saying, yeah, but Ray, there was actually, I don't know, a daily, a weekly, a naked point of control, value area high, fair value gap, an order block, blah 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 blah. I know there's always a level, there's always a reason why price moves to the upside, to the downside. I get that, but with just simple logical thinking, something that price usually should do is then not happening, and I think that is also what is discouraging a lot of traders this month. So let's right away dive in. We are going to look at the price from the dump that we made. We're doing this on the 5 minute, and I made a lot of notes, and I'm going to walk you through as soon as possible so that you can see really what is going on, or what should have happened. Okay, price is dumping down here. This was a low that we created, 49,000. And then we are making very locally here a high. We're trading underneath the VWAP. That VWAP is walking with us with price the entire time, because if you are a day trader, then I think that is absolutely something you should have on a chart, because that is something that could give you a trade. After we are creating this high, we are coming down, and you can see that we are not bouncing off the golden pocket, and actually we're also overshooting the 78.6. You would say, it's only a little bit. Well, I can tell you, and therefore today I'm using the Bybit chart, is that Bybit is usually very precise, sometimes to the exact dollar. And we're also closing a few 5 minute candles here underneath, double bottom here at the 78.6, very unusual. So therefore you might be waiting for a bounce off the golden pocket at 78.6. Maybe you have a long from the golden pocket stop loss underneath the 78.6. You will get stopped out on this trade. Then we're going higher. You do have a bounce here from VWAP, and then you're taking out this high that you see. That is a valid short trigger, so that is then first nice clean short that you could have taken. Then we're coming down, and then we're losing the VWAP twice. We're also making here a double bottom at and around. That's actually not what you want to see. You want to see a bounce at the level, not a 5 minute close twice underneath the level. Again, very unusual. And then we're going higher. So you could have taken the long, but it's not clean price action. If you see this here in the VWAP, that means the new day, because the VWAP resets every day to the current price level, and therefore sometimes you see this move up and down, so then you know that is a new day. Then we are finally, after the Asian session, having a backtest here of VWAP. That could have been a short trigger. You can see we're losing it here. And then we're having our backtest. That is nice. That gives you a bit more than 1.5%, 1.75, before we are reclaiming VWAP again. Once we reclaim VWAP, you would say, okay, a backtest of VWAP, or at least here these highs, would result into a long, because then resistance flipped into support, that gets confirmed by a backtest, and then we go higher. But you're actually not getting your backtest. You're front running that level. So that is a bit of a bummer. Price slowly then just zigzags higher, and then eventually we are coming down again to the VWAP, and then you see this very ugly price action. So this is actually not a trigger for a long or a short, although if you would have entered here a long, then eventually you would have gotten a scalp out of it, but you can see it's a very ugly price action. We continue, and then we're making this high. Keep an eye on this white line. This is resistance. This is a double top, as you can see. Therefore, everything that's significant I just mark in the chart. You have here a double top, and then once we're bouncing off VWAP, going higher, and then yeah, this could have been a scalp trade, but actually also here you can see price action is just very choppy. We are not even trying to retest it or anything, and then we're just losing VWAP again, and then it's actually just a one single dump down. You would expect maybe here a retest of that VWAP again, but there is barely any retest to get into this short, so that is pretty annoying again. So that there's no good back test, no reason here actually to take the short. Here's again, new day, price goes higher, and then we are very close here to these highs. We still have that as a resistance here on top. And then you can see, nice, finally we are breaking out of these highs that we just created, that double top that I showed you. We even have a very nice clean backtest. This is a long trigger, so you can enter a long stop loss underneath the low. Well, you could have enjoyed your trade about 5 or 10 minutes, and then right away we're breaking down, you will get stopped out. Matter of fact, I'm also pretty sure that I took this trade and got stopped out. We're losing VWAP, we're right away reclaiming VWAP, and then you would say, are we now getting a backtest, or is this maybe resistance? It's not very clear, right? You're waiting for a backtest like this, or maybe a backtest of this level again before we go higher, but there just is none. We are losing support, losing VWAP, reclaim higher, 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 and there's actually not a good second entry to get into if you didn't caught this wick. And actually you are kind of guessing the bottom, because you're also not taking out these lows. You see that this is the low right here, horizontal white line. You're not taking out the lows. It's almost an equal low, also not super clear. So again, no clear long entry. Then price is moving higher. This might take a little bit, yeah, and then suddenly we have this move to the upside, came a little bit out of nowhere. I have a huge error there, no idea why I have that. And I wrote down single tap into GP. Well, I'm not having this GP now in the chart, but I have said this already a few times on the regular updates that this was a very big GP. We went in once, we just came down, not my kind of trade, but it was just a single tap in and out, and this again is on a 5 minutes, so you just go up, you go down, not really any clear market structure. There's not really that we're doing something like this and then eventually you get into the trade. No, we're getting in, we're going out, and then we just kind of bleed out. So it's also yeah, not so clear actually, and not a good confirmation to get into a short, other than that it was the GP. Then we are seeing a lot of sideways price action. Also wrote here already, this is weekend chop. So actually now price is still Friday, so this Friday night. We're entering right now the weekend, and yeah, there was actually no reason here to trade anything. We're still trading at and around that VWAP, but it was a very sideways price action. I also pulled in already the fib retracements from the high that we made, the single tap in the GP, to the low that we created also on a Friday, and then you will see eventually that price is going to wick into this golden pocket, but is going over and not hitting the 78.6. So again, no clear levels, it is just a single wick, and it also happens during the weekend. That is not really a trade that I would take. It happens on Sunday night, markets are not open yet, so usually these taps into critical areas or critical levels in the weekend are being undone during the next week of trading, so that they can get filled. Here you can see the tap, and then finally we are just going lower, low, low. This would absolutely not be a trade for me. You can see just a 5 minute, very quickly single tap into the level, and then just lower, lower, lower on a Sunday. Like I said, not my kind of trade. Then price is slowly drifting down. There's also no clear market structure. As you can see, it's just very choppy, very sideways. This is the reset. So right now we are entering Monday. And then price is gonna come down. Boom. This is your low right here. And then eventually price is going to make a high we're gonna come lower, and I already joined the GP, or at least FIB retracement, and actually you want to get in then again on a bounce of the golden pocket maybe, or 78.6, but also here you can see that we are over the 78.6 but not taking out this low, and then suddenly you have this move to the upside. Whereas here in this V shape your clear entry or backtest, you're just missing it. Then we're going further in time, and you can see there's just a lot of chop. There were also trades to be made, and then I usually wrote down valid entry, so you can just see that if there is a nice backtest, or there is a level being taken out, or something with just that's kind of standard in trading, then I wrote down this is a valid entry. Reclaim of VWAP, backtest of VWAP. So if you were there, this was 100% valid. Also no close underneath the level here on the 5 minute. You can see it very nice, very clear. And then if you just hold it to the upside, that would have been a nice trade. We're going sideways again for a little bit. New day again here. We have to be a little bit patient. Now, mind you, there's still this fat white line here on top. That is a high. And you can already see it on my screen. It's going to be a second tap. So we have that high and we're coming higher, and we are not taking out this level, but we're just simply tapping it and then just go down. Again, no market structure, just a single tap and a dump, not a liquidity grab. We're not taking out the level, no entry trigger, and then we're just going lower. Then we are making a local low and a local high. That's this horizontal line and this horizontal line. Quickly after, we are taking out this low right here with an SFP that would have given you, let me stop this real quick. This is not stopping. Why is this not stopping? Okay, anyways, I just need to talk faster. Then this would have given you a quick trade, but actually, yeah, very, very little. This would have been 0.7, 0.8%. That's it. And whoa. Yeah, so 0.8%. And then we are taking out the SFP again. So it's an SFP of an SFP. And then eventually we are taking out the level again. We have a reset here of the day, and you can see then we just have chop around the level. So this is now completely invalidated. So don't trade around these kinds of levels. We're having a low right here that is being front run by this level. We are going to continue. Hope that works. Yep, very well. Then you can see we kind of have a back test here on VWAP, but actually not really, because we are slightly front running the level, but I'm giving it a pass. Here we have a almost back test here of VWAP. Then we are having this local high that we created, and you really need a freaking microscope to see that this is an SFP. It is 0.01%. For me, this is not a valid entry. I want to see price really coming at least 0.25% higher, preferably a little bit higher, that you really have a clear liquidity grab and then to go lower. Some people, of course, shorted here the top, but actually this is just a double top. Again, not really a back test, no clear market structure. That's MS, no clear market structure. Then we are taking out these lows right here. You can not really see it right now, but then we finally have a clean entry. This is also a very clean trade. So yes, this could have been a long. This was on the Asian session. I remember that very well. Price goes higher again. We are losing VWAP the day after, and you would say a back test is lower. Therefore, I drew this in, but no, we are losing it pretty much in the middle of nowhere, and then we're just reclaiming it. You would say, oh, maybe then again a backtest means higher, but you can just see there's a lot of chop here around that VWAP again. Then we are reclaiming it. Is there a clear backtest? No. Is there a clear retest to a FIB level or anything? Actually also no. So yeah, there is actually not a very good long entry here on a day-to-day basis once you reclaim that VWAP. Then we're having a third tap here for the level. So again, we are not taking it out. We're having a third tap here around that 59.60k. And then we are again coming down. Again, no super clear market structure. Whoa! And price then just grinding sideways. Now we have to wait a little bit because finally, after 3 attempts, on the 4th attempt, we are going to take out this level. But watch what happens after 4 attempts, and we are finally taking liquidity above these highs. So we are going higher, then we are losing the level, and then actually nothing happens. And we're just going sideways again. So if you would have taken this trade right here, you needed to be very fast with taking a profit, but it was 0.5%, 0.7%. There's not all too much, and then we're just kind of reclaiming the level sideways. Level becomes absolutely invalidated. There's nothing going on anymore. It's just very ugly, choppy sideways action. Then we are losing it. We have to wait here again for a little bit, because here there were actually not so many good trades to take. Also again, you can see here we're just bouncing here around VWAP. It's also the beginning of the session again. This is very much Asia's session. We're gonna zoom in. Then price slowly is making its way higher. And then we made a local high here, and eventually we are coming down. We are making our low here. All right, we are reclaiming VWAP, but actually there is no good backtest. You would say, oh, maybe we will take out the liquidity above all of these highs, or I'm waiting here for the golden pockets, 78.6, you know, that we're going higher, do something like this, and then we roll over, but that doesn't happen. So we're front running the most key levels, we're losing VWAP again, and there is no clear backtest. This was at and around the New York Open session, so that is usually where most of the volume come in, and then you just see a slow grind lower. So yeah, only when you just enter the short button once we lose VWAP, that could have been a trade. Not my kind of style, I have to say, especially because we closed a few candles already above, so actually you would expect higher if we have not taken out the liquidity from these tops, because that is still residing there. Then there's a lot of chop again, there's a lot of sideways action. And then we still had a very much macro level here on top, the third tap. So we actually have two areas in the chart where we had 2-3 taps on the top, no liquidity grab. And we're gonna do that now on the highest level. Third tap, this one even front run a little bit. As you might remember setting yesterday's update, depending on the chart that you're taking, it is 2 or 3 taps. Well, here for Bybit it was 3 taps. For Binance it was 2, but yeah, for most of the charts, I think it was also for the CME and for Coinbase, it was 3 equal highs, and the liquidity is not being taken. Something that you don't see a whole lot. And then again, we're just going lower. It's just a grind and a chop, and that's pretty much it. So then we are where we are as of today. So in other words, as you can see, there is a whole lot going on, but there's mostly just levels being front run. You expect liquidity grabs, you expect a clear S&P and a reversal of a bottom, of a top. That doesn't happen. You have an S&P of an S&P of an S&P. You expect once we are losing levels that we're getting a back test, and then we can go short or can go long once it is a reclaim of a level. That also doesn't happen. So again, you could say, yeah, but Ray, there was this level and that level, and whatever I'm using, it works. I get it, but I just want to show you that not always do you have very clean entry triggers. Is price action just very choppy? Do your levels get front run? Do you have a single tap and go? And that sometimes happens. The worst thing you can do right now is change your strategy because like, oh, it's not working, I'm only losing money. Just sit on your hands. Most likely the reason why this is happening right now is because we are in August, the volume is pretty low, and therefore you also see that yeah, the price currently is mostly driven by retail and not so much by bigger institutions. Now there is of course always news that can move price a little bit, but yeah, I just want to give this as an example that you can see over and over and over again here in August. It has been very, very hard. not super clean triggers, but the worst thing you can do is change your strategy. Also for me, it has not been the most easiest month. I also taken a couple of these scalps that we just saw. Some of them got stopped out at break even, some of them were lost. I have not shared them all on Twitter. If I would have done that, then yeah, most of them would have, like I said, resulted in a break even or stop loss. But I was always usually pretty quick with my stops because of this price action. I think that in September volume will pick up again, and then you will also see more clean triggers than you see now, and then of course see the opposite of a clear take off a level, more obvious bullish and bearish divergences, certainly liquidity grabs, time that we spend somewhere, stuff that makes more sense. If you are profitable this month, congratulations. If you are not, please do not beat yourself up. Like I said, this is usually the worst month there is. That was it for today. I hope you like this kind of informative educational content. If you do, then please let me know in the comments. I am planning on uploading more educational content. I think this is something you don't see a lot anywhere else. So if you appreciate that, then please let me know by liking and subscribing. And also do me a favor, then yeah, just click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss future updates. I will try to go live soon again, maybe today, maybe in the weekend, maybe after the weekend, but I'm going to try to fix the problems, and then we see each other very, very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.